Salut mon pote, ça va ou quoi? In this video, I want to review what we call in French le passif or how to use a passive way of speaking. The video will be short, but we are still going to do some practice exercises, so you can take some pen and paper, put the video in full screen and everything, if you want to be focused as much as you can to get the best out of this video. So just to give you a very quick example of what do we call la voix passive and why should you care. If I take this sentence right here, mon frère a mangé ma pomme. My brother ate my apple. This sentence, even if we don't think about it, it is expressed in a way that we call active, because we put the focus on who did the action or what did the action. Here, the action is to eat, and who did the action? My brother. He ate my apple, right? Mon frère a mangé ma pomme. I can ask the question, mon frère a mangé quoi? What did my brother eat? And you will answer me, bah, mon frère a mangé ma pomme. So, what is ma pomme for the verb manger? If I can ask the question, mon frère a mangé quoi? Ma pomme. Then ma pomme is the COD, right? If you don't know what a COD is, you should not be watching this video, alright? I made a full video about COD, so you can go check out this one. And anyway, if you don't know what is a COD, you shouldn't be around A2, B1 level, so you will struggle with this, I think. Donc, mon frère a mangé ma pomme. The idea is that in French, when a verb has a COD, because all verbs don't necessarily have COD, some verbs they don't, but when a verb has one, then we can use the passive form to focus not on who is doing the action anymore, but on the result of the action instead of the action itself. Okay? This will make sense in 1 second. If I take this sentence right here, mon frère a mangé ma pomme, my brother has eaten my apple, I'm focusing on who did the action. I can reverse this sentence to put it in the passive form and focus on the result of the action. And I will have ma pomme a été mangée par mon frère. My apple was eaten by my brother. And now I'm focusing on the apple instead of focusing on the brother. As you can see, I find the same elements. Mon frère, ma pomme, ma pomme. The sentence is globally the same, it's expressing the same idea, but here I'm focusing on my brother, here I'm focusing on the apple. Here I'm focusing on who did the action and on the action itself. Here I'm focusing on the result of the action. Now the question that you should be asking is, why should I care? Why should I care about this? Because obviously I'm always going to speak in this way. I'm never going to speak in this way, it just sounds too complicated for no reason. Well, we do actually speak like this, and this is why you should care. We do speak like this, and I took an example right here to show you. It's very common to use this way of speaking, especially like in formal descriptions or objective description of stuff. I took this Wikipedia page of the Coupe du Monde de football, so the FIFA World Cup, and even in the beginning of the article, I can see right here, blah blah blah, elle a été ouverte. It was opened, hop, voix passive. Then there was another one, les pays organisateurs de la phase finale sont désignés par la FIFA. And please remember this par, because we will go back to it. Bim, forme passive. Maybe even another one, blah 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 blah. Bim, seules 8 nations ont déjà été titrées, blah blah blah. Voix passive, once again, okay. So we find this way of speaking everywhere. It is very common, and you will need this if you want to seriously learn the language, because you will read sentences like this every time. I mean, all the time. But the good news is that, as you will see very soon, it is actually very easy to make. You don't have to struggle at all. So we will distinguish 3 steps. Step number 1, to turn a sentence, like to make a sentence passive, basically. Step number 1, the COD will become the sujet of the sentence. Step number 2, we will always use être. that we will conjugate at the same tense than the action. And step number 3, the action will become a participe passé. If you don't know what participe passé is, then just like for COD, you shouldn't be watching this video. Because if you have learned passé composé before, you know what's a participe passé. Let's take this sentence again. Mon frère mange ma pomme. Mon frère is the sujet, right? Mange is the action, and it's a verb, but it's the action of the sentence. And ma pomme is the COD. So for now, I think everything good. So, form passive, step number 1, the COD becomes sujet of the sentence. So, ma pomme, the COD, will become the sujet. No, ma pomme is the sujet. Then I have to use être, conjugated at the same tense than the action. The action is mange. What tense is this? Mange. Bah, c'est du présent. Hein? That's like the regular present tense. So I just conjugate être at the present tense. Ma pomme est. And then the action was to eat, manger. I put it as a participe passé. Manger. Ma pomme est mangée. My apple is eaten. That's it. That's as simple as this. What if we don't have présent, but we have a slightly more complicated tense? Nous avons rangé la salle. We have cleaned the room. Donc le sujet, c'est nous. Avons rangé. So the action here is ranger, which is like to clean, to tidy. But it's conjugated at passé composé. But it doesn't change anything. Step number 1. Le COD becomes the sujet. So la salle, the room, becomes the sujet. Step number 2, I have to conjugate être at what tense? Passé composé. Donc la salle a été. Right? This one is just être au passé composé. And then the action, to clean, becomes the participe passé. La salle a été rangée. That's it. The room was cleaned. We have cleaned the room. The room was cleaned. Ok? Très bien. Now, how to still express who did the thing. Remember, when we were looking at the Wikipedia page, I told you, remember this. It's very easy, and I'm sure you know it. We use this word right here. Par. Ma pomme est mangée par mon frère. My apple is eaten by my brother. So when I still want to put what was originally the sujet in the beginning, I want to put it in the passive sentence, then I put it with par. My apple is eaten by my brother. Okay. Now I have exactly the same sentences, but one is active and one is passive. Be careful, you cannot use par with a pronom personnel. Here, what is the sujet? The sujet is mon frère. No issue. It's eaten by my brother. But what about this example right here? How would I have to say in the passive way, how would I have to say who did the action? You know, like I would have to say par nous, la salle a été rangée par nous. We don't say this in French. It's absolutely forbidden. It sounds horrible, sounds disgusting. So whenever the sujet is a pronom personnel, just like here the sujet is nous, okay? If the sujet is je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, etc., then we cannot say par. That's it. We just don't say par. That's all. All right? Because it doesn't sound great. So we say la salle a été rangée. Ça va? Très bien. Last rule sounds difficult, but actually it's very obvious. Whenever a sentence is using avoir, you cannot put it at the passive form. Now you might be wondering, wait, why wouldn't it be the case? Then let's take any sentence using avoir. Par exemple, j'ai un chien. I have a dog. How would you put it? How would you put this at the passive way? I have a dog. It would be something like a dog is owned by me, or a dog is, you know, like there's a bug in your brain and you cannot process it, so it's forbidden. Whenever a sentence is using avoir, no passive form possible. C'est bon? I think that's it, hein? Yup, let's do a few practice sentences. So you can take your pen and paper right now and let's start here. Lucie a gagné le prix. Lucie won the prize. You can pause the video right here and put the video. You can pause the video right here and write down this sentence in the passive form. So the passive form will be something like the prize was won by Lucie, right? C'est bon? C'est quoi le COD ici? Le COD, c'est le prix. Then I have this action right here, a gagné, which is passé composé. So I need to put être at passé composé. Le prix a été. And then the participe passé of gagné. Le prix a été gagné. Should I incorporate Lucie? I can. Le prix a été gagné par Lucie. Très bien. Congratulations if you had this one correct. Number 2. Ooh, this one is tricky. Why? Because I have put futur proche. Okay? This shouldn't be more difficult for you. Okay? So you just apply the steps that I told you. Ils vont vendre leur maison. They will sell their house. And I'm using futur simple. Vas-y, tu peux mettre en pause. C'est bon? Alors, ils vont vendre quoi? Ils vont vendre leur maison. Donc, leur maison is the COD. Leur maison. Then, I need to conjugate être, at what tense? Futur proche. Donc, leur maison va être. And then, the participe passé of the action, which is vendre. Leur maison va être vendue. If you didn't know that the participe passé was vendu, fair enough. This is an irregular verb and there's no way for you to guess it logically. Like you should have the reflex of going online to a conjugation website and check what's the participe passé. By the way, I was talking about this with a Chinese friend of mine the other day, who was a bit trying to learn French, and I was telling him, you foreign people, you don't realize that even like me, I go like almost every single day, I go online to check some conjugation, because like it's normal to do this. At some point you cannot remember every irregular case of conjugation, so really don't feel guilty, and don't feel guilty of checking online or on your phone or anything the conjugations. Leur maison va être vendue par qui? Par il? Non, I cannot say this. Parce que il, c'est un pronom personnel, so I cannot say this. Leur maison va être vendue. Ça va? Très bien. La police arrêtera le coupable. This time I'm using futur simple. The police will arrest the coupable. The guilty man, the guilty person. C'est bon? You pause the video, you do it. On regarde. Le coupable. Okay. Then I conjugate être, futur simple. Sera, right? Le coupable sera. Then participe passé de arrêter. Arrêté. Par qui? Par la police. Police is not a pronom personnel, so I can say par la police. The guilty person will be arrested by the police. Très bien. I think you are getting the logic now, so you can do this exercise right here. Pause the video. You just convert the sentences to la forme passive. You have 10 sentences. That's a lot, but you can do it. Okay? The video is short, so just take your time. You pause the video right here, you take your pen and paper, but you should already have them anyway, and you just convert these sentences. C'est bon? De très bonnes notes ont été mises aux élèves par le professeur. very good grades were given to the students by the teacher. Ma nourriture dans le frigo a été volée. My food in the fridge was stolen. By the way, you could also say ma nourriture a été volée dans le frigo. You can also like, it's correct. Les meilleurs films vont être récompensés par le festival. The best movies will be awarded by the festival. Les suspects ont été interrogés par la police pendant des heures. The suspects were interrogated by the police for hours. L'électricité va devoir être coupée par EDF dans plusieurs foyers pendant des heures. The electricity will have to be cut by EDF in a lot of houses for hours. EDF is the company in France distributing electricity. Le train a été arrêté sans raison entre Toulouse et Bordeaux. The train was stopped with no reason between Toulouse et Bordeaux. Les voisins étaient gênés par le volume de la musique. The neighbors were bothered by the volume of the music. 8. What happened here? On a dîné dans un restaurant étoilé. On a dîné dans un restaurant étoilé. Why can't I make a sentence with this passive? Well, what's the issue here? How would you put this? On a dîné dans un restaurant étoilé. We had dinner in a starred restaurant, in a very good restaurant. Why doesn't it work here? Don't tell me it's because there's avoir. If you tell me this, I will get angry. You do have avoir, but it's irrelevant because à dîner is passé composé. The reason you have avoir here is just because you are using passé composé. You have an action. The action is dîner, to dine, to eat. So why? Because I told you, the first thing I told you in the video is that we can only have a passive form with verbs using a COD. There's no COD here. On a dîné. Dîner quoi? Dîner is a verb that means to eat in the evening. You cannot have a COD with dîner. It's like, it's a closed verb. I don't know how to say this, but it's a verb that, I mean, I know, but not in English. It's a verb that cannot possibly have a COD. We dined. You wouldn't say we dined chicken. You would say we have chicken, we eat chicken, but you wouldn't say we dine chicken. Then it's the same here. On a dîné. That's it. No passive form possible. Les fraises du jardin ont été cueillies par les enfants et mangées. The strawberries from the garden has been picked, harvested by the children and eaten. Très bien. Ses parents ont une propriété immense en Sologne. Ses parents ont quoi? Ils ont une propriété immense en Sologne. So there is a COD, but this is the COD of the verb avoir. And we said that avoir cannot be put in the passive way. So, cannot do it. C'est bon? That's it. I think you realize that that's quite an easy topic, not so difficult. You just have to apply the logic. I hope this was clear and easy to understand. If you want, you can go check out my website. There's a A1, A2, B1 courses structured for people who want to learn at home by themselves. Quick, efficient. You can go check this on my website, as well as private classes with me. Okay? Ciao mon pote.